Hello everyone and welcome to ArthaPoint Presents NTA UGC Management classes. Today we'll be discussing a very important topic of your syllabus, that is marketing. We'll begin with a very core concept associated to the whole chapter of marketing. Before entering into this, we will also discuss a little about what is marketing and certain key terms associated to it. Let us begin. Throughout your bachelor's and master's, you would have heard a name very evidently, that is Dr. Philip Kotler. He is also known as the father of marketing or the father of modern marketing. He gave the very first and the very important definition of marketing. Let us discuss it. He said that marketing is the science and art of creating, promoting, and delivering value to satisfy needs of a target market. So from here, we come to certain key terms, that is number one, creating. Second is promoting. Third is delivering. Fourth is value. Fifth is satisfying. And sixth is target market. And seventh is profit. Let us take an example, right? So for example, you want to create a milkshake, a chocolate milkshake for kids, and you want to bring it into the market. Now, before bringing up any product into the market, any manufacturers begins with a survey, right? Now, for example, you did a survey and you came across a thing that probably a Belgian chocolate flavored milkshake is very evident in the market and is very popular amongst children, right? So you will start creating that product for you to bring it into the market. Once you have created your chocolate milkshake, the second thing that comes is promoting. You would want the customers to know that you or your company has come up with a chocolate milkshake, right? The third thing that comes is the very concept of creating value to satisfy a customer. For example, you are sampling your product in the market in form of a promotion, for example. So a kid comes to you, right? Now he takes this chocolate milkshake, he delivers it, and he says, wow, it's delicious. That is when you know that you have created a value for your customer and the need of the customer has been fulfilled. Now, the next concept that we get here is a target market. So, for example, your approach of marketing to the kids about the chocolate milkshake would be very different from someone who is marketing, say, energizer for adults. So, for example, Red Bull. So, Red Bull would have a very different target market. Your chocolate milkshake would have a very separate target market, right? You would take help of cartoons. Your packaging might consist of cartoons such as Chota Bheem, might consist of cartoons such as Dora. However, Red Bull's marketing would be entirely different. So, you need to understand what your target market is. And lastly, all the efforts that one puts into creating, promoting, delivering value to satisfy, all this should be at a profit. You should earn a profit out of it. Ultimately, everybody's idea of getting a product into a market is to earn, right? So this definition sums up the entire concept of marketing, right? We have another definition which was given by Dr. Philip Kotler and Armstrong, which says it is also called as the social definition, that marketing is a societal process Why a societal process? Because it involves individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, exchanging products and services to of value freely with others, right? So this part of the definition we have already discussed. We get two very important concepts from this definition, that is need and want. And another concept that is very closely related to it is demand, right? Let us look at the needs, wants, and the demands. What is a need? A need is the basic requirement: food, shelter, clothes, water. That is your need, the basic need of every human being, the very basic human needs, right? A need becomes a want when you associate a particular product to it. Let us take an example. For example, you are hungry. So your hunger is a need. Now you want to have a burger, you want to have a pizza, you want to have a pasta, you want to have North Indian, South Indian, whatever that is. When you associate your hunger to a particular product, it becomes your want. So for example, my need is that I'm hungry, and to fulfill that need, I want a burger, right? So that burger becomes your want. And what is your demand? A demand is any product. A want, so a want becomes a demand when you can afford it. So for example, I have 100 rupees in my pocket. My need is food. My want is a burger. I will probably go to a McDonald's and I will have a Mac Aloo Tikki, which is for 30 rupees. So I can afford it. It will become my demand. What is a desire? So could be having a Maharaja Mac which might cost you somewhere around 180, 170. That would be a desire. I cannot probably afford it. So that is my desire. Easy concept: needs, wants, and demands. And last concept is a desire. Let us move ahead. Okay, so when I show you this very picture of this very cute little girl, what comes to your mind? I think so everybody will associate this picture to Amul. So that is what is the power of marketing. Amul has ticked all the right boxes when it comes to marketing, and as soon as you see this animated girl on some banner, irrespective of the brand being mentioned or not, you know that it is an advertisement by Amul, right? Let us move ahead. Now, the very first concept that we will discuss today is the concept of marketplace, market space, and mega market. So this is your concept number one. We will discuss this concept today. This is a very confusing topic and students get confused very easily. So let us begin by getting into it. What do you think is a marketplace? A marketplace is what we call the brick and mortar stores, right? Marketplace has physical location, it has physical buyers, and it has physical sellers. So the transaction occurs by direct negotiation. So for example, you would have gone to Big Bazaar, you would have gone to Modern Bazaar, you might have gone to Janpath, Sarojini, or every day you might go to a local store that is in your vicinity. So any physical outlet that you visit is called a marketplace. right? So physical people, physical location, and physical seller and physical transaction, right? So that is what is a marketplace. Let us move ahead. The next concept that we have here is that of a market space. What is a market space? So a place is physical. However, a space is digital. So market space is digital. Any online store or platform that brings buyers and sellers together is called a market space. So you can also say that online marketplace, but another word would be on a market space. Any e-commerce brand, Mintra, Flipkart, Amazon, Jabong, Snapdeal, Paytm Mall, ShopClues, any space on the internet that brings buyers and sellers together. So nowadays, market space, the concept of market space has widened to social media platforms. You would have a lot of stores on Instagram. You would have a lot of stores on Facebook, right? So that is what is called a market space. Let us move ahead. Now, this is a very important concept and you might get a question out of it. What is a meta market? So, first of all, you need to understand that this term was given by E.J. Kelly. So, just remember that E.J. Kelly gave the term of meta market. Now, what is a meta market? A meta market is a cluster of goods and services which are closely interrelated to each other but is perceived by a consumer to be different. So, you would know the concept of complementary goods, right? Complementary goods. So, a meta market would bring sellers and customers that are selling complementary goods associated to a single product. Let us take an example, right? So, for example, a car website, right? Now, car website would have cars listed, different brands, cars listed on it. You would have insurance companies listed on it. You would have spare parts listed on it. You would have loan companies listed. You might have second-hand cars also listed. Right. So these markets, so these individual markets are closely interrelated to each other and a customer might perceive them differently also. So for example, you will see a spare parts market to be entirely different, but it is closely knitted in the whole space, right? It says a place where everything connected to a certain market can be found. For example, we have Wedmigod. Wedmigod is, if you search it on Google, Wedmigod, it is a wedding planning website wherein you would have everything. You would have caterers listed, you would have decorators listed, you would have say boutiques listed, parlors listed, mehendi wala listed, destinations listed, right? So everything related to a single product under one roof. You have another example is yatra.com, you have 99acres.com, right? So I hope so that the concept of meta market is clear to you. Do not confuse it with marketplace or market space. Meta market lies in between these two concepts. It is a part of these both concepts, right? Now, let us look at some past year questions. We have, which of the following is the physical outlet where customer can visit? Very easy concept. We just discussed that place is physical, space is digital, and meta market is a group of complementary products. So, we will look for place. Answer is third. Marketplace is the answer. Let us look at another question. Which of the following is cluster of complementary goods? So I don't think so there's any further need to read the question, because as soon as we read complementary goods and services spread across diverse set of industries closely related in mind of the consumer, we know that it is Metamarket. We just discussed it, that Metamarket is a closely knitted set of complementary goods under one roof related to a single product. So that's it for today. I hope that the concept of Metamarket, marketplace, and Marketspace is clear to you. Thank you, everyone. I will be coming up with a series of core concepts that are very important when it comes to marketing in the coming videos. Till then, you can subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon. Take care.